facing our fears, laughing through the chaos and drinking some beers. So here's to the laughs, the crumbs and the cheers, all the awkward moments, and we're still here. Cause in the end we're just doing our thing. It's our crazy life, oh, one more thing. Oh, one more thing. Oh!
Welcome to Oh and One More Thing, a podcast where two longtime friends try to figure out what the heck is going on with this crazy thing called middle age.
It's a mix of stories of how we navigate our lives and maybe some questionable advice.
Some days we're wise, other days we're just trying to remember where the heck we left our phone.
So join us as we laugh, groan, and maybe even learn a little something about surviving in the second half of life. Oh, and one more thing. Hi, I'm Rob. Welcome to Oh, and One More Thing.
Hey, I'm Brian.
Hi, Brian.
How was your week, Rob?
It was good. We are starting some projects around the house.
You are?
We are, yes. Hired a handyman.
Yeah, who is it?
Our buddy Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Yes, that's Jeff. So I gave him a list of about 5 things to get done, but I'll be honest, I'm kind of a little disappointed.
Why is that?
He's only done like 3 of them.
Why?
Well, because apparently he only does odd jobs.
There you go.
Right? I'm kidding. Jeff, you're awesome. We love you. What did you do this week?
You know what?
What?
I had last-minute tickets to go see Jim Gaffigan,
Shut the front door.
the Orpheum.
I love him.
It was amazing.
Yes.
I had a great time.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
Always so funny.
I never knew that being Catholic could be so funny.
Well, yes. I was raised Catholic, and
Yes.
Catholics can be hilarious. They can be wacky at times, but yes, they're definitely funny.
He has funny things to say about them, so
Yes, I'm sure.
I laughed.
Yeah, so probably about 4 or 5 years ago, we saw him as well at the Orpheum downtown Minneapolis, and my wife works with his brother.
Really?
And yeah, he was able to score a bunch of us a meet and greet afterwards to go meet Jim and say hi and whatnot. So usually I'm pretty calm. You know, obviously I host a podcast. I can talk very eloquently in a very...
You are
I
eloquent,
am, right?
Rob.
Swear to God, got up to see him. I'm like, hi, Jim.
You lost all your confidence?
I love you. You're so funny. Seriously, the conversation. Jim, you're the reason I got on Twitter to follow you because you're so funny.
And how did he respond?
And he signed a poster and he said, to my Twitter friend, Rob.
Oh, well, that's what I'm going to call you right now. My Twitter friend.
But yeah, that was literally the extent of the conversation. There wasn't even like a goodbye or anything. Basically, we got kicked out and went.
So you like dweebed over him.
Oh, totally. And of course, walking up here, I'm like, I can handle myself. Yeah, melted like a little schoolboy.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but that's okay. So this is our second episode already. Can you believe it?
I know.
We're going to try and tackle the topic of middle age. What the heck is it? And why is everyone so fascinated with it?
Oh, middle age.
Right?
Man.
It's our second half of life.
It is a second half, but I hope it gets a little bit better.
Well, we'll find out.
Okay, please tell.
Okay.
And you thought puberty was weird.
The voice cracking?
Yeah, you remember that?
I do remember that.
Okay, so you're in speech class, and you have to give up. You get in front of all your peers. You're going to start your speech. You're cool, calm, collected, ready to go, and your voice cracks.
Right.
Right in front of everybody. And the girl you like? Yeah.
Of course she's in that class, right?
Literally my ears, they're
Your
huge,
ears.
get bright red. So I'm embarrassed.
Absolutely.
Happens to everybody.
Yeah. Who's the most famous voice cracker of all?
Would that be Peter Brady?
Peter Brady! Pork chop, schnappleshosh. Okay, we're so dating ourselves now.
Yeah. If you don't know who it is, look it up.
Yeah, reruns. Seriously. Brady Bunch.
I remember being able to get up without making sound effects. Good times. Right. Good times.
There we go. Yes. Yes. The cracking and the moaning is on point at this point in my age.
I know. You got to use the couch arms to push yourself up because the legs just don't work.
You know, and we have a couple couches that have the motorized reclinings.
You have a lift
No.
chair?
Where the little footy thing comes up, right? And that's pretty sad when you and your wife are getting ready to go to bed and you both get up and go, oh, as you're getting up, you're like, dude, the chair helped us half the way. What are we doing?
My mother-in-law had a lift chair. It was amazing. You sat on it, you push a button, and it just
Right on up.
stood you up. Like, I got to get one of these.
No, you don't. You're not that old. Oh gosh. So this is kind of our new quirky period, right?
It is.
So it comes with a few things. I have a list.
Okay.
Okay. First one would be maturity.
Maturity? Since when am I mature?
When does either one of us mature?
In front of other people, I try to remain mature,
Sure.
you know?
Sure. Yeah.
I may not be as fast as I used to be, but I certainly am good at taking notes.
Yes. I have a debate with the word maturity because
Why?
Well, I feel I'm relatively mature.
It depends on who you're around.
Right. But what am I doing right now? I'm sitting here with one of my very best friends and hosting a podcast.
That's mature.
Oh, that is so not mature. This is coffee with microphones, Brian.
Okay, the name of our second
Ooh, coffee. I like it. I like it. All right. Next one, wisdom.
Wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can relate to wisdom. I got a shelf full of sensible shoes.
You do.
Yeah, don't judge.
Sensible. Okay. What kind of shoes do you have there that you would call sensible?
Mizuno's.
Okay.
They
okay.
cradle my foot.
Sure.
I used to, back in the day, I used to run
Okay.
a lot.
A lot.
Kind of religiously. And I found that Mizuno shoes did not give me shin splints.
Interesting.
Didn't give me aches in my knees. And I've worn them ever since. I
Interesting.
don't run anymore. Can't even run to the bathroom. But I still wear Mizuno's.
Okay. I've lately been into Skechers.
That's a little sketchy.
Wasn't it though? Which is for years, Skechers were like the young hip thing, but now they're totally marketing to my age. You've seen the commercials, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the slip-ins.
Yeah.
Dude, they're the best thing ever.
You have a slip-in?
I have multiple slip-ins, and not only do I have the slip-in, I upgraded to the slip-in with arch support.
Oh, you are old.
I am old, but they are comfy, and they look like normal shoes. They don't look like your typical doctor prescribed podiatrist type shoes. They look normal.
I didn't notice that they weren't normal.
See, there you go. So they slide under the radar.
Now I'm going to pay attention.
and they're comfy.
Let's see your podiatrist shoes.
All right, next one. No, you can relate to this one. Bigger ears.
Yeah. Crap.
Yeah, you do have some satellite dishes there.
My ears are a bit on the large side.
They're not as bad as if you ever watch NFL Network. I know you're a huge sports fan.
I am.
One of the commentators, Andrew Siciliano. Andrew S. We'll call him Andrew S.
Andrew S.
Andrew
I
S.
like Andrew S.
He literally has satellite dishes on his head. I mean, if you ever look him up, people, Google him right now. Andrew S. on NFL Network. Those things are nicest guy. I mean, he does a great job, but holy buckets.
That's for picking up the really quiet sound.
Well, he picks up radar from 6 states away. I mean, they're huge, but I shouldn't pick on somebody I don't know. That's kind of mean. But.
That's
joint pain.
Joint pain. Well, we've already talked about the fact that we can't get up. So usually my joints hurt like all the time.
Yeah.
However, if you don't care about your joint pain, I've actually stopped caring about what people think.
Oh, absolutely, as you should, right?
Because I really can't remember what they said.
Right. There's that. We were talking earlier in the day. I saw you recently figure out how to turn the sleep mode on in your computer recently. This
was an interesting situation. So, I done with the computer and I go to bed and it's like the monitor stays on. And I'm like, what the hell? It's like, how do I get this thing to go off? And so, sadly, my millennial daughter showed me there's a sleep function on the computer.
Shocker, the millennial figured it out.
I learned how to put my computer to sleep. I know, don't judge.
No. It definitely has to be an age thing because my dad has one remote that works for the TV, right?
Yes.
It turns it on, turns the channels, turns the volume, right? I get calls all the time. Hey, there's words on my screen. Yeah, Dad, you hit the closed caption button. I didn't hit anything. So I tootle over to his house and press the closed caption button, and funny, they go away. I don't know how that happened. I didn't do that.
You're a good son.
Aren't I though?
You are.
Yeah.
You know, there's one more in this list.
Oh, what's that?
Graying hair.
Oh yeah, you had to bring that up, didn't you?
Or no hair in your case.
Yeah.
But just so you know, gray hair are like little silver trophies of your epic battles.
I would agree. I feel I've earned those gray hairs. I mean, each one tells a story of survival.
Survival? What are you surviving?
Mostly my bad decisions, but surviving nonetheless. I think that counts.
I don't think you made any bad decisions in your life.
No.
Oh, wait, is that for another podcast? It's the Bad Decisions by Rob and Brian.
That's a whole another topic altogether. We'll save that for another day.
But actually, it's not as bad as we might make it out.
Okay. Oh, wait. Yes. Okay.
Part of the reason why we're doing this podcast is because, we are middle-aged. And talking about our quirks and discoveries at this time in our lives is what gets us through.
1 minute, you're young and free, and the next, you have a favorite pharmacy. Thank you.
I have a favorite pharmacy.
I think we all have a favorite pharmacy, unfortunately. I am on so many different meds right now.
That's sad.
Yeah, I had a doctor's appointment a couple days ago. My cholesterol is like through the roof. It's always been high, but it's supposed to be coming down. It's not coming down.
No, not good.
So I'm pretty sure I'll be on cholesterol meds. I'm on blood pressure meds right now.
I'm on blood pressure medication.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I guess that happens.
Yeah.
When you lead a sedentary life.
Yeah. I was also put on blood pressure meds because I had gout for a while.
Ooh, gout. Okay, if you don't know what gout is, look it up. It's not attractive.
Yeah,
but it's what can happen to some older people.
It's extremely painful. Basically, your I don't know. It's not your blood vessels, but like your juices in your feet like crystallize. It's.
Wait a minit. You said juices in our feet.
No, I don't know. It's not your blood. It's like the muscles, like the whatever the stuff in your muscles, and it just crystallizes and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, and it turns like solid, and it's painful. It's bad.
You got to get rid of that gout.
Yeah, well, the blood pressure meds help. Believe it or not, that's what that's why he just prescribed what he prescribed, because that particular one also helped with the gout, and I haven't had gout since. I've been on them for a year.
That's great.
Isn't that great? Yeah.
Oh,
is that fun?
Little victories.
Yes. So anyway, so be patient with us. We are from the 1900s.
Yep. That needed a drum beat.
There you go.
Thanks.
Or actually,
yeah, that's better.
That's much better.
Funny. We probably should say middle age is a period of life between young adulthood and old age. Usually considered to be between the ages of 40 and 65. At least that's what the Google tells me.
Sure.
It's also the time when people experience many physical, mental, and social changes.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Physical for sure. Mental, I debate.
I'm kind of psycho.
I do think 65 is a little old to be middle aged, though. But
I do too.
Yeah, that seems high. It just FYI, if there's any of you young people listening, and I hope you are, please hit subscribe. We want to acknowledge that when we were your age, 25 or 30, we also thought this was never going to happen to us either. We felt on top of the world. That's not going to happen to me. I'll never be 55 years old. I'll never be 60 years old.
But nevertheless, age happens.
It happens, and it happens fast.
Hey, I found these 6 things on a website called futureyouhealth.com.
Okay.
That describe the changes that we're going through.
Okay. So a top 6 list.
Yeah, so
All
here
right.
we go.
All right.
Number 1, you'll be shrinking. I know you wanted to hear that, right?
Yeah. Who doesn't?
You thought this only happens to you when you turn 70? So by the time you turn age 50, you'll have already lost around a centimeter in height in the last 10 years of your life, according to a research study from Harvard Medical School.
And those Harvard people know what they're talking about.
Well, they do, because they're everywhere.
Because they're Harvard.
It's Harvard.
It's Harvard.
Right.
Yeah.
You can expect to shrink the same rate every decade as you get older. Your spine will lose density, and the discs between your vertebrae wear out, causing the spine to become short.
Okay, so you're saying a centimeter. So I'm 50. I'm over 50.
You're over 50.
I'm over 50. So you're saying I'm losing a centimeter. So a centimeter doesn't sound like much.
Every 10 years.
Right. Okay, so by the time I'm 100, that's 5 centimeters.
Wait, you think you're going to be live to 100?
One can.
What is that called? A centenarian?
It's called having dreams.
It is called a centenarian.
Yeah. It seems like, I guess I don't know, because I look at, my mom's pretty short.
Yeah?
She used to be taller.
Yes, she was taller.
She was taller, so maybe it is more than a centimeter a year.
I can afford to lose a few.
You could. You're awfully tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't affect. Well, it affects me.
Yeah.
But it won't be as noticed.
Well, just wear better shoes. That'll help.
It does help, and maybe my pants will fit.
Exactly. Fact number 2, I have that one. Your ears will be getting bigger. Well, not your ears, but the rest.
I do not want bigger ears,
Right.
people.
So they're getting bigger at a steady 0.22 millimeters per year. That's huge. And after 50, you'll start to notice. By the time you're 60, your ears will be 1 whole centimeter larger than they were when you were 30.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, right.
That's terrible.
There's some strange finding of a 1993 UK study of more than 200 patients. Okay, who volunteers for that study?
I would.
Seriously?
Measure my ears, people. Let's come back in 10 years and tell me what it is.
Yeah, they better be better than like a $5 Amazon gift card. They better be paying bank for that kind of a study.
No.
That.
You should just jump into studies all the time.
I don't think so. No.
It leads to podcasts.
Yeah, well, that's true. So later confirmed by studies in Italy and Japan, they agreed with apparently the 200 patients. I still think that's odd. Scientists think it may be due to stretching caused by a loss of skin elasticity over time.
No. I can't get bigger ears. How do I get them to be shorter without surgery?
Well, don't put earrings in them.
I don't wear earrings.
Okay, well, there you go. You're halfway there.
I did.
You did. Yeah.
I had one
You had, yeah.
back when I was youthful.
Back when your hippy dippy days.
Hippy dippy. Yes. I was a hippy dippy. Okay, number 3.
Okay.
Your nose will be growing too. Actually, that's a bit of a Pinocchio style fib.
Right.
Your nose doesn't actually grow,
Okay.
but starts to sag with age.
Ew.
That's also sad.
Ew. Yeah.
Similar to our ears, the collagen and elastin fibers in the nose cartilage start to break down,
Okay.
causing the nose to stretch, making it appear to grow.
Okay.
So
So you would say it's not really growing. It's just
sagging.
it's sagging.
Yeah.
What else sags?
There's some things. A University of Milan study found that men's noses increase a volume of nearly 20% between the ages of 18 and 30,
Okay.
and then again from 65 to 80, which beat out the women by 18%.
Okay, see, that makes sense because women always have cute little button noses and guys have huge schnozzes.
Yep.
Yeah, so that completely makes sense, right?
Again,
Yeah.
don't need a bigger nose.
Do not need a bigger nose. No.
Hey, this is Rob. I wanted to take a moment to talk about Spring Green. I've been using them since 2007. They provide fertilizer, weed control, lawn insect control, and core aeration services for my lawn. They also spray for mosquitoes, which is huge in Minnesota. And new later this year, liquid aerations and home pest control. They're a locally owned and operated company, super easy to get a hold of and work with. They'll give you the attention and service that you deserve. Visit their website at spring-green.com for a price quote specific to your property and to sign up for service. You can even register for autopay or prepay to save a little bit of cash right there on the website, or shoot them a message with any questions. That's spring-green.com, spring-green.com.
All right, number 4. Your memory will start. Wait, what was I saying?
Something about memory?
That's right. It will start to decline, so I'm told. A name or word getting trapped in the tip of your tongue, often known as T-O-T, tip of your tongue.
Is that like a tot?
Yeah, I love tots.
I love tots.
I love tots.
What do you like on your tots?
Ketchup.
No.
Yes.
Mayonnaise and mustard.
Ew.
It's delicious.
No, it's
dude.
not. Okay, mayonnaise I can kind of see, even with some ketchup, but mustard and mayonnaise?
Yeah, it's tangy. I have one thing to say.
Yeah.
Got some tots? Keep going.
Yes, as far as you know. Okay. All right. So often, so the tip of your tongue, the tot, becomes more common as we get older. Don't worry. It's a normal sign of aging, putting more things in the diary, repeating people's names when you meet them, getting a good night's sleep, regular exercise, and a healthy diet are all good ways to start dealing with the normal age-related memory issues. So speaking of memory.
What?
Yes, exactly. So, we, as you know, Brian, but our listeners may not know, we have coffee on a regular basis.
We do.
Most Tuesdays, and we this cute little coffee shop we go to, Mocha Monkey. Our friend Rhonda works there. We see her quite often. But we met a new person this week that was that we've met, but we never knew her name.
Right.
Do you remember? She told us her name. Do you remember her name?
Her name's Laura.
Yeah, wait.
What?
No, wait, right. I'm on the wrong soundboard. Hang on. Don't go anywhere, people. I'm getting there. Here we go. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Oh, slacker. I got 20 buttons on this thing. Yes, Lord, I'm proud of you. Okay.
All right, we're on number 5.
Yes.
Your hair will have develop a mind of its own.
Well, you have to have hair, right?
Well, I'm sorry, Rob. A drop in hormone levels will lead to increased hair shedding when brushing and showering. Now, you may not have that issue. I've lost some hair. I know my wife loses hair.
Yeah, mine does a little bit too. Yeah. Is that so? As a society, is that something that we just really don't talk about because guys are so apparent when they lose their hair, but women it's more hidden?
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's a lot of products out in the world that help that, but I don't know any of them because it wasn't my issue.
Yeah, I'm not a girl. I can't speak to that.
Then let's move on. Just to be even weirder, men expect King Kong size hair follicles to sprout out of their nose and ears.
Ew.
I know it's gross.
That's gross, dude.
But sadly,
Yeah.
might be true.
Well, okay. A little bit insight to my grooming habits. I do trim on a regular basis.
Well, I pluck my ears.
That scares me. Yeah, that scares me. All right. Last one. But after all of this, you'll definitely feel happier.
Really?
Or that's what they say, as in this website. Perhaps the weirdest thing of all, on average, people feel they're most miserable at the age of 46. Totally agree. And could only get progressively happier from there, hitting a peak of well-being around the age of 70.
Ooh,
Can't
wait.
That seems like a long ways away. That was the remarkable findings of economists David Blanchflower and Andrew Oswald in a famous
2008 study.
Famous 2008 study. You ever heard of it?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Of people's reported experiences in 72 countries. They call it the U curve.
I do like the name of that.
I do like the name of that. Reported life satisfaction declines from youth into middle age, only to bounce back up. The U curve shows up in numerous other studies of emotional states across different ages. Anger, worry, and sadness tend to drop off after middle age, while happiness and enjoyment rise.
Oh, that's fun.
Isn't that cute?
That is good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the U curve.
Right? Yes, I think middle age, isn't that's that delightful period in where your knees creak louder than the floorboards in a haunted house. You can pull a muscle while sleeping.
I don't like that.
Well, I'm kind of digging it, honestly.
No.
Yeah.
Pushing yourself up off the couch. Barely can stand.
Besides
maybe
that.
I should exercise.
That might help.
Yeah.
That might help. Yeah.
So we'll get into that.
Yeah. You know what I've gotten into lately is VR boxing.
VR boxing.
Yes.
Tell us all about it.
So you wear a VR headset. Mine happens to be a Meta Quest. Look at all these plugs are doing. We're not getting paid for it. We got to work on that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Okay. So ignore the Meta Quest part. I'm using a VR headset, and there's this game in there called Supernatural. Again, shameless plug. That you box at little targets that come at you in the air, and you're thinking, okay, you're wearing a VR headset, you're playing a video game, you're not doing anything. But if you do it right, the way it's designed, you duck, you bob, you weave, you punch, you move around. Dude, I do it for half an hour. I am dripping sweat.
look at that exercise.
Right? I absolutely love that thing. It is so fun. So fun.
So some more not so fun facts about being middle-aged.
Okay.
There are physical changes.
Mhm.
Oh,
Like?
no.
Yeah, well.
Decreased muscle mass.
Yeah, well, protein shakes help. I pound those like they're going out of style.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Vision and hearing loss.
Come again. I mean,
Exactly.
who are you? What?
Let
What?
me get my cheaters on.
Yeah.
Slower metabolism.
Yep. The earlier point of the protein shakes, that would fall into that category.
Joint pain.
Yes. Or you could exercise more. You sloth.
I know.
Yeah.
I really need to exercise.
That's okay.
and then there's one more.
Okay.
Graying hair.
I think you already said that.
I did say that.
Okay. Yeah. Can we go back to the vision thing for a second?
Yes.
So, do you wear glasses on a regular basis?
Every day.
You wear contact glasses?
Glasses.
Okay.
No contacts anymore.
So, in probably the last, I don't know, 3 to 4 years, I've become part of the reader group.
You look good in readers.
Yeah, you're such a liar. It's about 20 years ago, I had LASIK done.
Yeah, and you have to go now wear readers?
Well, so here's the deal. And they told me this 20 years ago when I got my LASIK done. So I used to have really bad eyes. I was like a negative points or -6 or whatever it is, the number is. It was really high. They were
Pop bottles
on the bottom. And I had contacts, glasses, and all that. And so I got the LASIK done, which was incredible. I haven't had a problem since. But they did tell me as you get older, your eyes basically weaken.
Yeah.
And the close-up stuff, you can't focus on. It's just natural as you age.
You need cheaters.
You need cheaters, right?
So my glasses are progressives, and the cheaters are built into them.
Oh, that's nice.
And then basically the computer distance that I sit at every single day, I don't wear glasses at all because that's my 20/20.
Okay.
But I can't see anything far and I can't see anything near.
Yeah,
in that in-between stage is perfect.
I think my wife has those too, like transition things like you have, right? But if she wants to wear contacts, she does something that's very interesting, and she's really used to it. I think it would have driven me nuts if I did this. She'll wear one contact.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, so she'll wear the one that she needs to see the far away stuff, but then she has the other eye for the close up stuff. So she just gets used to kind of going back and forth in her head. But I think I would get a headache from that. But she swears by it. She loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see myself as middle-aged though.
Okay.
Personally, I see a vibrant young person. Just happen to have a lot of life experience.
Okay. Sure. Yes. That's the thing. I think your mind is way behind what your body is telling you.
Thanks, Rob.
That's what I'm here for, man. Got your back. No, but seriously, I think basically middle age is just realizing that the comfort and peace of mind are way better than whatever nonsense we were chasing back in our 20s.
Or who we were chasing.
Or who we were chasing. Well, yeah, there's that too. But wouldn't you agree? I mean, I feel, and that's why I laughed at that one point earlier where they said 46 is kind of like the worst point of your life, more or less.
Right.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Like that general area was like, it wasn't miserable, but I'm like, you could tell something was happening.
But it's just getting better now.
Oh, yeah, it's getting way better. Yeah.
So even though there were those physical changes, there are also positive changes.
Yes.
There's life transitions to empty nesting.
And grandkids.
Oh, for you, yes, grandkids.
Yes, we
I'm
have
still
grandkids.
waiting for mine. Increased self-awareness.
Sure, like me saying absolutely and for sure way too much in our first episode.
It was funny.
It was funny for you. So can someone please count how many times I said those in our first podcast and email us the results? That would be great. Our email is pod@gmail.com. That's all spelled out. pod@gmail.com. POD. Yeah, please email us.
Okay. Then there's financial stability.
Oh, as far as you know, yes.
Of course.
Yes.
You get to focus on your hobbies.
Like doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say between just us listeners, this is our retirement. So subscribe. Tell all your friends. Tell your enemies. What better way to screw them over if you hate listening to us?
Nobody hates listening to
No,
us.
I know that. But if they did.
Well, we'll see.
So just more of the point, just subscribe.
Another positive change is more travel.
Like where, Brian? Tell me some stories.
We've traveled together.
We have traveled together.
But my favorite, I'm sorry, wasn't with you.
Oh.
I went to Italy.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
And I learned a lot about being a novice traveler in Rome.
Like what?
Well, we're going to cover that in another episode, so please tune in.
Intriguing.
Yeah,
I like
that's
it.
a plug.
Yeah, I like it. Doesn't somebody I know also have a travel blog?
Oh, I write a travel blog.
You do?
Yeah.
Interesting. Will that be talked about in our podcast as well?
Well, it is now.
If it wasn't, it is now.
Lastly, a positive change is you're wiser.
Oh, again, as far as you know, yes.
Yes, well, we hope.
And then there's the midlife crisis.
A quick definition for people that need to know what it is. A midlife crisis is a psychological state that can occur in middle-aged individuals, typically between 45 and 65 years old, characterized by a transition in identity and self-confidence, often triggered by feelings of aging, mortality, and potential lack of accomplishment in life, leading to intense emotions like depression, anxiety, and the desire to make drastic changes to one's life or past decisions to recapture youthfulness.
Yeah, that's
a mouthful.
That's a lot to unpack there, my friend. Have you had a midlife crisis?
Well, I don't know. I think I have a few midlife crises.
Okay.
I've always wanted a Corvette.
Okay.
But now at my age, with my gray hair and becoming I don't want to become another stereotype.
Yeah.
So instead of buying a new car, which can be expensive, The cheaper version to that midlife crisis was growing my hair long and having a man bun.
Yes, you did.
I did.
And let me say, just as your very good friend and a straight heterosexual male, you were a sexy beast.
Sexy beast.
Oh yeah, digging it, baby. Yeah,
I love the disco music.
Right? It's the best.
It was a very fun and interesting experiment.
Mm-hmm.
More of a social experiment to see how people reacted.
Yeah.
But now my hair's back to being short.
Okay.
I'm sure I'll have another midlife crisis in the near future, so I'll be sure to include you in on it.
Great, I appreciate that.
But yeah, I'm sure one will come up soon.
I'm sure. I say as long as it's not hurting one, just go ahead and enjoy your midlife crisis.
Thanks, Rob.
Absolutely. I think you're allowed to be you.
Cool.
Yeah.
So to end our topic on middle age,
Okay.
we're going to focus on the positive outcomes of our life.
I agree. So what would you say those are?
The middle age brain is more calmer.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Conscientiousness and agreeableness increase throughout the second half.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm pretty agreeable.
I think so. Yeah.
More of the insecurities of your youth fade away,
Yeah, absolutely. With that.
allowing you to
Yeah.
become more confident and in who you are and what you value.
Right. It's funny if you think about it, like back in high school, how the social norms and how you had to fit in and everything mattered. And now at this point in your life, you're like, I don't give an F.
Right.
Doesn't
Don't
matter.
care.
Doesn't matter. I can do what I want to do. I'm going to be me and I'm going to be happy about
Back
it.
then, you were concerned with what everybody thought, and yeah, not anymore.
No, you don't care.
Neuroticism declines among women, but sorry guys, not among men.
Yeah. It's
So you neurotic fool.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
And lastly, better emotional maturity.
For the most part, yes.
I think so.
I think so in general. Yeah.
I don't cry nearly as much as I used to.
Right. Unless you're watching a Pixar movie, then
the tears well up, but I try real hard.
I try
to
really
hold them
hard.
back.
Bite the side of my cheek really hard, and it doesn't help. I say embrace the humor of it all and focus on the positive. So.
Thanks.
And one more thing. Happy to report that my inner child is still ageless.
Aw, amazing.
Right?
Well, thanks for listening, everyone. Remember to subscribe and tell your friends.
And enemies. See you next time, everyone. I've traded in chasing trends for chasing comfort, and honestly, the comfort's winning.
Yeah, it is.